Yo, so what is up, guys? Today we are back with a brand new video. For the video, we're focusing on what if everybody in the NBA was back on the team they were originally drafted by. A little rule here, though, is if the team that drafted the person was a part of a draft night trade, they won't be on the team that was the one that actually got them. Like, for example, with Luka Doncic and Trae Young, Luka will be on the Hawks for this video, and Trae Young will be on the Mavericks. So, yeah, pretty much it's just going to come down to a lot of what ifs and which team honestly had the best eye at drafting players over the last, 15 years or so. But real quick, before we hop into the video, please be sure to destroy that like button. This video, let's please try to aim for 20 likes on this video. It took a whole lot of time to get this whole video together, putting everybody on the rosters, editing, thumbnail, and I would really appreciate the support. And if you aren't subbed already, please go ahead and drop a sub, but let's hop right into the video. Alright, so here we are. First team, as you can see, was Ben Simmons. They had Lou Williams, Andre Iguodala, Embiid, and Nikola Vucevic. That was really their starters, and I was kind of talking over that, but my bad. But that was obviously a really talented team. Second team, Brandon Jennings, Malcolm Brogdon. You got Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jabari Parker, Andrew Bogut, John Henson, Luke Mbamute, and Ersan Ilyasova. Not such a great team. They really didn't hit on too many draft picks outside of, obviously, the Greek Freak himself. But the Bulls, they definitely have an interesting team. You got D. Rose, Gary Harris, Jimmy Butler, LaMarcus Aldridge, Yusuf Nurkic, Bobby Portis, Wendell Carter Jr., Taj Gibson, Joakim Noah, so James Johnson. Like, they have a lot of really good players on this team, and I could see that team doing really good this season for sure. And now we actually have the Cleveland Cavaliers. Obviously, they have a great squad. Kyrie Irving. I didn't know they drafted Danny Green, but they have LeBron James, Jay Crowder, Tristan Thompson, Dion Waiters off the bench, which is really solid, Colin Sexton, Andrew Wiggins, Joe Harris. So that's a pretty good team if you ask me. Obviously, Kyrie and LeBron, deadly duo. The Celtics aren't as good as you would have assumed. You have Terry Rozier, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Daniel Theis, I believe that's how you say it, Gerald Green, Jeff Green, Avery Bradley, Zizic, Etuan Moore. Nothing too crazy. I thought it would be better personally. Clippers, you got Sean Livingston, you got Eric Gordon, you got Miles Bridges, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, you got Al-Farouq Aminu, Chiak Diallo, you got Tyson Chandler, you got Reggie Bullock. So not a crazy team for the Clippers. Grizzlies, you got Mike Conley, you got Justin Holiday, you got Damari Carroll, Jaren Jackson Jr., Kevin Love at the 5, and Javon Carter. It's not that great of a team. You actually have Kyle Lowry as 6-man, which is pretty solid. Not a bad 6-man at all. Obviously, he's a starter caliber player. Hawks, you got Dennis Schroeder, you got Kevin Huerter, you got Luka Doncic, John Collins, and Al Horford. So that's a really, really solid squad, and their bench isn't bad either. You got Jeff Teague, Kelly Oubre, Pau Gasol, James Ennis, and Mike Scott. So they really could probably make a deep run into these playoffs. Heat, you have D-Wade at the 1 because there wasn't any ones. Josh Richardson, my bad, not Jason. Bojan Bogdanovic, Michael Beasley, Bam Adebayo, Justice Winslow, and Corey Brewer. Looking at the Hornets, they have a pretty good squad, honestly. Kemba, you have SGA, you have Malik Monk off the bench, Emeka Okafor off the bench, you have Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Tobias Harris, and Cody Zeller. I honestly have no idea which one of these teams is going to win the chip. I wouldn't be surprised if it's either the Warriors or the Cavs, because obviously they've done a great job at drafting over the years, and they have some great players. Looking at the Jazz aren't bad at all. They have Dante Exum at the 1, which isn't great, but Wesley Matthews at the 2. They have Gordon Hayward, Paul Millsap, Enes Kanter, Thomas Bryant, Taurean Prince, Trey Lyles, and Rodney Hood. So not a bad squad by any means. Obviously, no one crazy. It's really just more or less their big men and Gordon Hayward, but not a bad squad. They can definitely compete. I can see them making playoffs. And I also forgot Josh Hart's on that team because he was a part of a draft night trade. I like this team a lot, actually. De'Aaron Fox, Yogi Ferrell, Marvin Bagley at the 3, Hassan Whiteside at the 4, with Boogie at the 5, Tyreek Evans off the bench. You got Willie Cauley-Stein off the bench. And you have Bismack Biyombo off the bench and Zach Collins off the bench. So the Kings definitely making the playoffs if you ask me. Looking at the Knicks, you got Frank the Tank, Tim Hardaway Jr., Danilo Gallinari, which I did not know they drafted him. Kristaps is back on the team. Mitchell Robinson, Trevor Ariza, Damian Dotson, I think that's how you pronounce it, Alonzo Trier, Kevin Knox, and Wilson Chandler. So also not a bad squad. This one's a very deadly squad. As you see, D'Angelo Russell back on the Lakers with Lonzo at the 2. You have Brandon Ingram at the 3, and they have Julius Randle back at the 4. Marc Gasol at the 5. Larry Nance off the bench. Zubac off the bench. Svi off the bench. Patrick Beverley off the bench. And Alex Caruso off the bench. So really, really all-around good team there. Magic, you have Oladipo at the 1. JJ Redick at the 2. Jonathan Isaac at the 3. Aaron Gordon at the 4. Dwight Howard at the 5. Sabonis off the bench. Mo Bamba off the bench. So they have crazy big men on that team. Mavs, you have Trae Young, which is crazy because obviously in real life that's not the case. But Trae Young at the 1. Jalen Brunson from Villanova at the 2. Dorian Finney-Smith at the 3. Kelly Olynyk at the 4. Salah at the 5. DSJ and Tyler Zeller off the bench. JJ Barea off the bench. And Maxi Kleber. So this team probably not going to make playoffs, honestly. Nets, they have to play Pat Connaughton at the 1 because they didn't have any point guards. But Musa, Kyle Kuzma at the 3. Derek Favors at the 4. Jared Allen at the 5. Brook Lopez, 6-man. One of the Plumlee brothers off the bench. And Rodnos Karukos. I don't know how to pronounce his name, my bad. But the Nuggets team's really good too. Jamal Murray, Donovan Mitchell, Michael Porter Jr., Nikola Jokic, Rudy Gobert, Evan Fournier, Emmanuel Mudiay, Malik Beasley, Monte Morris. If this team doesn't make a decent run in the playoffs and maybe even win the championship, then that's just insane if you ask me. Looking at the Pacers, you have Aaron Holiday at the 1. They have to play Paul George at the 2, Kawhi at the 3, Bertans at the 4, and they have Miles Turner at the 5, Karis LeVert, 6-man, Lance Stevenson off the bench, TJ Leaf off the bench, great squad. Looking at the Pelicans, you got Chris Paul, Buddy Hield, Dwayne Bacon, you got Nerlens Noel, Anthony Davis, Darren Collison, and just some okay bench guys off the bench, nothing crazy. But looking at the Pistons, we have Spencer Dinwiddie, you have Luke Kennard, Chris Middleton, Jonas Jerebko, I think that's how you pronounce it, Andre Drummond, and an okay, not that great bench, I guess. Not really okay, pretty bad. Then you got the Raptors squad. You got Fred VanVleet, Terrence Ross, DeMar DeRozan, Spicy P, Jonas Jakob Poeltl. I'm sorry that this intro is taking so long, but I definitely want you guys to see what every team's looking like before I just hop into the sim. Rockets team, really nothing crazy, but they did at one point have both Clint Capella and Montrezl Harrell, but then they made some moves, which is kind of crazy. They could be playing both of them at the 4 and 5. That would be pretty deadly, and I don't know. That would be insane to watch, honestly. Looking at the Spurs, you got Dejounte Murray, you got Derek White, Lonnie Walker the 4th. You got really some not so great names, honestly. I mean, thinking of when you think of the Spurs, you usually think of great drafting, but honestly, this team that they have is a little bit underwhelming in my opinion. So we could take a look at it. Dejounte Murray, Derek White, Lonnie Walker, Aaron Baines, nothing crazy. If you made it this far into the video, comment in the comment section BORF, Borth, just to show me that you made it this far, for sure. Sun Squad, Tyler Ennis, Devin Booker, TJ Warren, Morris, I don't even know which one, probably Markieff, I believe. Let's see, Thunder, obviously this is a bomb squad, probably one of the best teams that's going to be in it. Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, Steve Adams, and then off the bench you have some okay players for sure. But obviously the Thunder starters are going to carry them, considering they have like 3 of the best 10 players in the league. Regardless of what you think about Russell Westbrook, he is very talented. I know a lot of people don't like him. Looking at the T-Wolves squad, you got Rubio, Zach LaVine, Cedi Osman, Lauri Markkanen, and Karl-Anthony Towns. So an incredibly talented 4 and 5 right there. And some okay bench depth like Chris Dunn. Looking at the Blazers, you got Logo Lillard, you got CJ McCollum, Will Barton, Zebo, Myers Leonard, I don't know how to pronounce his name. You got Patty Mills, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, and Harry Giles. The Warriors were rounding out the end of this list finally, and we can get into the sim. You got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Harrison Barnes, Draymond, Kevon Looney, and really not so great of a bench, but it's okay because of their starters. And with the Wizards, you got John Wall, Bradley Beal, Otto Porter, Bell Linksha, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but Jordan Clarkson's actually coming off the bench as their 6th man, so we can actually hop into the sim. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Okay, so here we are finally at the end of the season. Steph Curry still MVP, Kyle Lowry 6th man of the year. You got Defensive Player of the Year going to Anthony Davis, Rookie of the Year going to Trae Young on the Mavs, and Coach of the Year going to Brett Brown and the Sixers. Wonder if there's anybody interesting that made these lists that maybe usually doesn't. Victor Oladipo making all NBA second teams interesting. Same with Devin Booker and Kristaps. I feel like that's a little bit higher for all of them. You got Trae Young making all third team, so definitely interesting. Some guys, Dejounte Murray's making the defensive second team, but I feel like he always does. So let's look at the standings and who did what real quick. So Sixers were the top of their conference. Let's see. So the Heat team with D Wade and the boys did not make it. The Hornets team with Kemba and Tobias Harris did not make playoffs. The Celtics team that really had a lackluster team, not making playoffs. Knicks team really just Danilo Gallinari and Kristaps not making playoffs. Pistons team also not making playoffs, didn't expect it. The Nets, Kuzma, Jared Allen, and Derek Favors not making it. I'm surprised the Hawks team with Luka and all of them did not make it. The Cavs team, did they not make playoffs? The Cavs team were the first team to barely make playoffs, so the Wizards made playoffs. The Pacers with Paul George and Kawhi obviously made it. The Bulls with D. Rose, Gary Harris, Jimmy Butler, and my voice crack, but Magic, Oladipo, Redick, Jonathan Isaac, Aaron Gordon, they made playoffs. You see the Raptors made it with not that crazy of a squad, honestly, compared to, I feel like the Cavs team's better, but who knows. Bucks squad with really just Giannis, like I said before, was the second best in the conference, so that's insane. And the Sixers team, they were number 1 with Embiid, Vucevic, Drew Holiday, Rocco, and Ben Simmons, with Lou Will off the bench along with Thad Young. So looking at the Western Conference, the Spurs team, really they came in last. Like I said, I didn't think they were going to be great. The Mavs, second to last. The Jazz team, I'm a little surprised that they did this bad. They had Gordon Hayward, Paul Millsap, and Enes Kanter with Wesley Matthews. Didn't think it was that bad. I thought the Lakers were going to do a lot better with this squad, but apparently not. The Trailblazers also had a disappointing season. So I don't know. Clippers somehow didn't make playoffs also. Blake Griffin, Miles Bridges, DeAndre Jordan. T-Wolves, I don't know if they were the first team. Yeah, they also didn't make it. The Suns did, though, giving Devin Booker a few weapons around him. Grizzlies team, definitely expected this team to make playoffs. Kings, this was like my dark horse. I really thought that they were going to probably be the top team, but apparently not. Pelicans team with CP3. This Nuggets team is insane. They could definitely also win the chip. Rockets team and them had the same amount of wins. And the Rockets team's really not that crazy. The Warriors came in second in the West. And of course that stacked Thunder team comes in first. So let's start simulating and see who is actually the best and what coach honestly drafted the best and what organization drafted the best over the last years. Alright, so here we are. Here's the playoffs as you can see. So let's see what's going on in the first round. See if there's any crazy upsets or anything. Let's see. I see the Rockets have been eliminated, and I'm pretty sure that was an upset. actually, my Kings, my boys, actually were the ones to eliminate them, and that was an upset, so that's definitely cool to see. So let's see what we got. 4-3, the Sixers took out the Cavs, which the Sixers team was very talented, but of course they took them to Game 7. Magic versus Bulls. The Bulls did eliminate the Magic, who were the 5. They were the 5 seed, and they eliminated the 4 seed. Pistons eliminated the higher seeded Raptors. The Bucks obviously destroyed the Wizards because of Giannis. The Kings, like I said, took out the Rockets. They were the underdog. Of course, the Warriors beat the Grizzlies, and, you know, pretty much everybody thought that the other things were going to happen. So we got OKC against that really stacked Nuggets team, and it looks like there were just 2 sweeps. Yeah, so the Bucks actually swept that Pacers team. The Warriors swept my beloved Kings team. The Sixers made it to the next round. They're playing the Bucks. And that Thunder team is now playing the Warriors, I believe, yeah. So the What If Thunder are playing the Warriors, and the Sixers are playing pretty much Giannis. Bad look for the Sixers, down 3-1. But it looks like they're coming back. They're taking it to Game 7. The Bucks actually lose after taking it to 7, and it went to 7 over there. The Warriors actually beat that overpowered Thunder team. So in the finals, you're going to have the 76ers, which don't have that incredible of a team, but a very solid one, versus the Warriors with Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Harrison Barnes. And the Sixers actually sweep them to win the series. Ben Simmons MVP. So if you guys like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and sub. And if you made it this far into the video, comment dog in the comments so I know. Thank you.